the bigness of the the bigness of the hole. Oh no. So we are 7 days into January of 2019, and for the past week I've been wanting to make this video, essentially to talk about this, the Neewer 35mm f1.7 E-mount lens for the Sony A6000. You can put it on a bunch of other Sony cameras that have the E-mount system. Mine is just the A6000. I bought my Sony A6000 about 2 years ago now, and fell in love with it as soon as I got it. But for the past year, work has been so incredibly busy that I have sort of neglected to use it very much, and I've let it fall by the wayside. So before Christmas of 2018, I decided that I wanted to pick it back up, get back into my photography, and improve my skills. So one of the new lenses that I got for Christmas is this, the Neewer 35mm f1.7. It's a nice little lens, not too much bigger than the kit lens that comes with the Sony A6000 anyway. It's actually quite sturdy. It was very cheap, well, relatively cheap. It was about £60 on Amazon. And the reason it's so cheap is, you can see on the back here, it's got the E-mount lock-in system, but it doesn't have any other information relaying gubbins. I think that's a technical word, to send information to the camera. So this is a fully manual lens. You have to adjust the aperture and the focus all by yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with what you do in camera. So there's no autofocus, everything is by hand. So this is the lens as you would see it as you look down at your camera. You've got the diamond in the middle, which tells you where your aperture is and your focus. As you twist the ring closer to the camera body, you've got the aperture, which is at its widest f1.7, all the way down to f22. You can see that here. As I twist this, it will get wider. And on the front of the lens, you've got your focus ring, which is infinity at the moment. Twist that all the way around. Well, you can see here, you've got feet on the top, meters on the bottom. That's 0.3 meters or 1 foot. This feels very sturdy, so once you've got it in place, it doesn't feel like you could accidentally knock it off or anything. The aperture ring is a little looser, but yeah, you know, it's a nice looking lens. Now the reason I chose this lens partially was because of the affordability of it. £60 isn't a great deal to spend on a new lens, which will allow me to sort of play around with my camera a little bit differently. I understand that on the kit lens, which is 16 to 50mm, I believe, I can adjust that to get a 35mm focal length. However, the other reason I wanted this was because of the large aperture. The kit lens on the A6000, the widest the aperture goes is 3.5, I believe. This goes all the way up to 1.7. So I wanted to try and play around getting some good background and foreground blur and adjusting the depth of field to get different effects. The other reason I got it was because of the fully manual nature of it and the fact that I have to do focus and aperture all by myself. The reason being, I wanted to get a better understanding of how these things worked in conjunction with each other. The only things that I can adjust on the camera when it comes to taking a picture with this lens is the shutter speed and the ISO. So I figured playing around with something like this would help me improve my skills and understand how things worked in conjunction with one another to get a desired result. And to be fair, I've thoroughly enjoyed using it. One thing to be aware of is that when you do put this onto the Sony A6000, because there's no information gubbins on the back of this lens, you have to make sure that you go into the settings of the Sony camera and enable release without lens, which is on the settings page, the second tab on the third page. Otherwise, because the lens isn't recognized by the camera, it won't let you take a photo of it, so ensure that's enabled. So I've been using this lens now since I got it. I was going to pretend to do an unboxing video, but I'm very impatient. So as soon as I got this, I took it out of the box and put it on the camera. I've challenged myself for the whole month of January to use nothing but this lens unless I'm shooting something specific. So this is the lens I'm walking around with day to day on the camera. Some of these photos you can see here, taking it to the ice hockey, I've taken it to the forest, I've taken it pretty much everywhere I go at the moment. I take my camera with me with this lens attached. I've also started a hashtag on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Ollie Rosser. I've started the hashtag for January, hashtag 35mm January. Seems like I'm the only one that's ever used it because it's only my photos that come up. But by all means, if you'd like to get involved in this, if you've got a 35mm lens that you're interested in using a little bit more, upload your photos to Instagram with that hashtag and I'll be able to see anybody that gets on board. Would I recommend this lens? It doesn't necessarily do anything that the kit lens doesn't already do. As I said before, I can achieve a 35mm focal length with my kit lens, but I am thoroughly enjoying the manual aspect of this. And I feel like I'm learning a lot. With the photos that I've taken so far, I feel like I'm getting a bit better at photography. And maybe if I'm not improving as much as I think I am, it's just I'm happy that the fact that I've done this and that I've bought this lens and challenged myself to use it for January, it's got me back into photography. So yeah, I think that's it pretty much. I'm going to continue to use this for the rest of the month, as I said. You can follow me on Instagram at Ollie Rosser. You can also, if you so choose, go to my website, which is at www.southwalesaerial.com. I'm trying to build up a little portfolio of photos that I think are worth curating, I guess. If you do head to that website and you do enjoy any of my photography, well, you can purchase a few photos as prints if you so wish. That would be a nice way to support me if you feel like it. Not that I need support. Sometimes emotionally. Thank you for watching. As I've been saying in the past couple of videos, I am trying to grow this channel, so please feel free to like, share and subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful 2019. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful week.